Getting your low and mid-range price products right is crucial to the success of your sales funnel. Now, your low-priced product is the first paid-for offer that you're going to send to your list. So you want to make sure that it has lots of quality and offers outstanding value for money, because that is going to set the tone for what people can expect from you as they go further down the line. So you want to use this to build up people's confidence in you, in your abilities, in the quality of your offer. Now, an ebook is the most popular choice at this level, but you could have software or an app. I guess it all depends on what your niche is and what your abilities are. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to assume that you're going to be selling an ebook at this stage because that is the most popular choice. And if you go for an ebook, it should be well researched and well written. And you can draw on lots of different sources for this. You can use your own experiences, and that's probably the best way because you can write from a first-hand experience and you can have information that people are not going to get anywhere else. You can draw on forum postings that are in niche forums. And likewise, you can also look at sites like Yahoo Answers. And you can write this book yourself, or you can hire a ghostwriter to write the book for you. The ebook should be a reasonable length. Now, by reasonable, I mean 20 pages of A4 or letter size, that sort of thing. Now, really over-deliver on this. The idea is that you use this to showcase how good the rest of your products are. And you want people to be pleasantly surprised at the quality of your information. So you want people to think, wow, this is really good. So that when you start sending them information about higher priced and more expensive products, they're going to think, gosh, if they can do this for such a low price, how much better is it going to be if I pay a bit more? That sort of thing. That's the sort of message that you want to send, albeit on a very subtle way. And you want to price it competitively so that people aren't put off by it being too cheap. But you also want to make sure that it's low enough so that buying it is a no-brainer for your customers. Sometimes if your price is too low, people will think, oh, it's going to be rubbish, I won't bother. But a high price can also put people off. So if you sell it for something like, $9.95 or something similar, then that's a pretty good price because most people don't think too much about spending $10 or under $10 on a product. Now, you're not looking to make much of a profit here, just enough to cover your expenses and break even. Profit is going to come further down the sales funnel. Now, let's just take a look at some resources that you can use for creating your ebook. If you're going to write your ebook yourself, then some good software to get is either OpenOffice from openoffice.org or LibreOffice from libreoffice.org. These are software packages, office suites basically, that are similar to Microsoft Office, but they are free and open source, and they will run on Windows, Mac, and Linux. And they also have the advantage of being able to create a PDF straight from within the software. If you want to outsource the creation of your ebook, then a good site to look on is Freelancer, which you'll find here at freelancer.com. And at freelancer.com, you basically put your job out to tender and people bid to work on it. If your typing speed isn't particularly quick, then you might also want to look at getting Dragon Naturally Speaking, which is a voice-to-text software. It is actually quite expensive, but it's well worth getting because I'm sure, like most people, you can probably speak faster than you can type, and you can find out more at nuance.co.uk/dragon/index.htm. And the next step along is your mid-range item. This is an item that's going to be slightly more expensive than your lower priced item. And you can actually use this as an upsell from your lower priced product. You see, once people are in a buying frame of mind and have made one purchase, it's easier to get them to make another. And a good option is a video version of your ebook. This can contain the exact same information as your ebook, only in video form, or you can embellish it with additional information to add even more value. And if you're in the software niche, for example, you can write an instruction manual for a particular piece of software and then do a video demonstrating how it all works. Now, people will watch the video to see what to do, but they'll keep the ebook handy to refer to as they use the software, because you have to watch a video from the beginning to the end, but you can flip through a manual or scale through an ebook in order to find the bit of information that you want. So people can watch the video, see how it's done, and then when they try it and perhaps it doesn't work properly, they can go back to the manual to easily find the information that they want, and the two can work together that way. Now, your videos should have fairly low production values. Graphics and a voiceover, screen capture and a voiceover, or a combination of both. Now let's just look at some resources that you can use to make your videos. Some of these are free, some you have to pay for, but they're all ones that I've actually used personally. Some good resources for creating videos, especially graphics and voiceover videos, are OpenOffice, which is openoffice.org, and LibreOffice, which is libreoffice.org, like we were discussing earlier. And I actually use LibreOffice Impress to make the slides in this video. Or, of course, if you want the granddaddy of them all, you can get a subscription to Microsoft PowerPoint, which you can find out more about at products.office.com. To record the videos, probably the best screen capture software out there is Camtasia. Now, Camtasia will allow you to record from PowerPoint. It will allow you to record the screen if you're making a screen capture video. I'm using Camtasia to make this video. It's not particularly cheap, but there is a 30-day free trial at the time that I'm making this video, which means you have enough time to download the free trial version, and it's fully working and unrestricted, and make your video, put together your product, sell it, and make enough money to actually buy the full version of Camtasia. So it is actually quite a good deal that way. And you can find out more at techsmith.com/camtasia.html. Another good piece of software is Active Presenter. And Active Presenter is a bit like PowerPoint and Camtasia all rolled into one, and it comes with the editing software, which is what you really need to put the videos together and make them look good, which Camtasia comes with, but other screen capture software doesn't, but Active Presenter does. And there are free and paid for versions of Active Presenter. I've used the free version in the past, and it's perfectly adequate. And you can read more about it at atomisystems.com/Active Presenter. Of course, you can always outsource the making of your video to a professional, and you can find them on freelancer.com, like we were talking about earlier, or on the Warriors for Hire section of the Warrior Forum, and you can find that at warriorforum.com/warriors-hire. Now, with both your low and mid-range products, offer a guarantee to remove the risk from the customer. And the longer the better. Paradoxically, the longer the guarantee, the less likely you'll be asked for a refund. Now, you can also sell affiliate products at this level. Purchase the product yourself to make sure that it's good. After all, it's your reputation on the line with everything that you sell. And once someone has bought your low price product, you want to remove them from the prospects mailing list and add them to the customers list. And now you can start sending them information about higher priced offerings and begin moving them down your sales funnel to areas that are going to be much more profitable for you. When you reach the high priced product level of your sales funnel, this is where you start to make some serious money. The higher priced item comes down further down the sales funnel here, after your freebie, after your lower priced item, after your mid-range item. That's when you're going to start to sell your high priced item. And in a way, things start to get easier at this level because you have customers who know you and are starting to trust you. And if you've over-delivered on value with your low and mid-range products, then people will know what to expect. There are two types of products that are popular at this level: training courses and software or apps. Now let's look at training courses. When you have your training course, you want to have higher production values than your ebook and other videos. That means something like having a presenter talking to camera in the video part and music at the beginning and end of each video, 3D graphics, etc. Something that shows that you have actually spent some money in making this product. Now, your courses should be text and video based, and the text and the video should work together. So, for example, you could have video lessons with a workbook or a reference manual, and the whole thing ties together. Now, you can research and create these courses yourself, or you can rework PLR or public domain materials. So you can do all that yourself, or you can outsource it to a professional. Now, when it comes to delivering your courses, you do have a couple of options. And the first way to deliver them is digitally, and that means from a site on the internet. Now, when you do it this way, the overheads are much lower. And of course, when you do it digitally, you can update the materials much more easily. The other way of distributing your courses is to distribute it physically. And physical products have a higher perceived value than digital products. People think that because they've actually got something that they can physically hold in their hands, it's worth more than just something that they see on their computer screen, even though it contains the exact same amount of information. So correspondingly, you can charge more. If you're going to distribute your course digitally, then a good platform to put it on is Moodle. Moodle is actually used by a large number of colleges and universities throughout the world for distributing courses. So it is actually very highly recommended. And it's free and open source, and you can read more about it at moodle.org. You'll probably need to have quite a lot of storage space to store the videos and the digital documents on, which might overdo the bandwidth that you might have for your web hosting account. So a good storage solution is Amazon S3. There are free and paid for versions of this, but the free version does let you have quite a lot of storage space. And you can read more about it at aws.amazon.com. You might also consider putting it on a third-party platform. And probably the best one out there is Lynda, which is lynda.com. And Lynda is actually owned by LinkedIn now. And there's all sorts of different courses out there that you can use. And you can actually start to drive traffic to your course via Lynda. It's actually quite a good deal. If you want to distribute your course physically, then a good company to use is Vervante. They will handle everything, all the printing, all the duplication of the CDs and DVDs, etc., and then send everything out in the mail. They're a US-based company, but they will distribute worldwide, and you can read more about them at vervante.com. Finally, there's Amazon CreateSpace, and this is great because not only will they print it on demand and duplicate it on demand, they'll also list it on Amazon.com so you can start to sell your courses that way outside of your sales funnel. So it is actually quite a good idea to sell via CreateSpace, and you can find out more at createspace.com. Now, the other popular product at this level are software and apps. Now, if you decide to do that, your software or your app should solve a specific need for the customer, and it should make the customer's life easier. But also, if you're going to develop a software or an app, you want to make sure that it's not something that's available free on the internet, because people are not going to buy your product if they can get it for nothing or download it for nothing off of another website. Now, there are a number of different ways that you can make the app. You can write the program yourself, or you can hire a coder to write it for you. So if you're not a coder yourself, then it's best to hire someone to do that for you. Now, the process is longer and more complicated than creating a training course, as you have to allow for beta testing, debugging, etc., etc. And digital delivery is the norm for software or an app. Now, let's just look at some software resources. If you're looking to outsource the coding of your software or your app, then a good place to hire a coder from is Rent-A-Coder, which you can find here at rent-acoder.com. And a good distribution platform for apps and software is CNET, and you can find out more at cnet.com. Regardless of whether you're going to do a training course or whether you're going to make software or an app, you want to survey your customers at this point to find out what they want. And it's best to do it at this stage in the sales funnel, as you can use this information to develop products at this level and also later on. Now, people on your prospect list may just be freebie seekers who are looking to get stuff for free. So they're not really the best sort of people to ask what they want, because their answer is going to be, well, something for nothing. So after you've actually got customers, people who've actually parted with money to buy one of your products, then that's the best time to do the survey and to ask them what they want. There's a couple of options when it comes to survey software. The first one is SurveyMonkey. Now, this is a hosted solution, and you can read more about it at surveymonkey.com, and there are free and paid-for versions. Another option is Lime Survey, and this is a free open-source solution that you host on your own server. And if your hosting package comes with Fantastico or Softalicious, you may be able to install this from within cPanel. Otherwise, you can download the software from limesurvey.org and install it manually. It's actually quite straightforward. At this stage in the funnel, products can be yours or they can be affiliate products. If you sell an affiliate product, purchase it yourself first to make sure it's good and to see what the sales process is like. You'll also be added to the affiliate product manufacturer's sales funnel, which can give you some insight into ways to improve yours.